Hi everyone, it's Jill Foster here for Penny Black and a new PB&J card class video. And in today's video, I wanted to give you a walkthrough of our new springtime masterpieces made simple and show you some of the cards that I've created with them and talk you through how I made some of those cards. So here's just a look at a couple of those cards, and in just a minute I'll give you a nice up close look at the new masterpieces made simple. So the first set of masterpieces made simple that I will give you a look at is 50-008 Bright Bouquets. Now, if you've never worked with our masterpieces made simple before, these are pre-printed panels and they are printed with a high-end linen finish. The colors, everything is just simply gorgeous and stunning. They are all sized at 3.25 by 4.5 inches, which makes them a great fit for a lot of different card size, particularly the standard size card, 4.25 by 5.5. But I am going to show you some ideas for doing slimline cards with these if you stick with me through to the end of the video. So you get 4 different designs in this Bright Bouquet set. And then our other set that's new for spring 2022 is 50-007 Vintage Beauty. And here is a nice close-up look at those. This might be my favorite one. I just think it is so stunning. And what's fun about these is what we've done is curated some of our dies that work beautifully with these. So it makes putting together a card that has a stunning wow factor very easy, but each card is unique, and if you're a seasoned card maker, you can also add a lot of inking and techniques to go along with them. So I'm going to take both of those sets of masterpieces made simple and share with you some of the cards and card ideas I've done with these. So to start with, I've used our Simple Stackers creative die. This works beautifully with these particular masterpieces made simple, and I did 2 very simple cards. I just cut that die, that Simple Stackers die, from heavyweight cardstock, and I actually cut it twice and then glued them together to give it some extra dimension. And then I easily just simply layered the masterpieces made simple panel right on top using foam squares to pop it up a little bit. And I think this is gorgeous. And this Simple Stackers die is really great. And one reason we picked it out is that it doesn't compete with any of the busyness of the florals in these particular sets. And so here's just a look at that die set. I've used the largest frame, but you can use lots of other ones. You could even use the smaller frames and cut right on your masterpieces made simple panels if you wanted. Lots of ways to use them. And I just wanted to show you, if you wanted to make a very easy and quick set of cards, you could layer any of these panels right on top with that Simple Stackers die in the background. You could also cut that Simple Stackers die from colored cardstock to coordinate with the colors in the panels, and that would give it another look. Just really fun. But I just wanted you to see here how beautifully this looks. You could put your sentiment on the inside or stamp one right onto the panels themselves. Now, another die that we have curated to go with these masterpieces made simple is our Wavy Stitch Edges die. And I had so much fun with this one. First, on the first card I wanted to show you here, I actually cut right onto the masterpieces made simple panel. So I just put that Wavy Stitch die, it looks like this, onto that panel, and then ran that through my die cutting machine. And again, all of these different techniques you can mix and match with different masterpieces made simple panels to get that look. And then I did, and here's just a look at the detail, the beauty of that die. Of course, it cuts a longer piece than this, but there you can get a nice close-up look at the detail of that die. You can cut it any size. So here I just used a small strip of paper and cut it, and you can just use it as a border and slide your masterpieces made simple panel in. I just did some light inking and stamping onto the background. And then I've embellished this with the butterflies from our creative die set 51-731 Soaring. I use these butterflies all the time, and you'll see them on more of these cards. So if you want to just add a little extra something to these pre-printed panels, just a couple of die cut butterflies. I put a self-adhesive pearl on the inside of the butterflies, and I think it just adds so much dimension in a very simple way. And then I've also used this Wavy Stitch die to do a border down at the bottom of the card. So I just cut a piece of white cardstock and then I inked it up using an ink blending tool and a foam pad to kind of match up those colors down at the bottom of the Masterpieces Made Simple panel. And I did some inking on the background too. You could use color cardstock if you wanted as well. Now this die set, 51-420, is a sentiment set, Bloom Magical, and I've also combined it on this next card with 51-729 textural. And you can see how that word bloom fits perfectly across the Masterpieces Made Simple panel. So there's a look at the dies in that set and how wonderfully they fit and work with these Masterpieces Made Simple sizes. And then along the side, just for some extra texture to give this a nice finished look, I've used that textural die. Give you a little close-up look here. And all of these cards are the standard 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inches, except for the two I'll be showing you here in just a minute. And then again, this is one of those great layouts that you could use with any of these Masterpieces Made Simple panels. You could just add them on there. You could add that die cut word bloom or magical. You could also just add them on there and stamp a sentiment on top. Lots of different options. Now finally I wanted to show you a fun technique for doing a slimline card with these Masterpieces Made Simples, and I'm using the Slimline Zigzag die set to do these. And here's a look at the cards that I've created with that. I actually got this idea from Taeyoon Yu, and I will link to one of her cards down below in the YouTube description box that was my inspiration for this idea. And she actually did it with one of our winter Masterpieces Made Simple sets, and it turned out so beautifully. I had to give it a try with these spring ones. So this is what that die set looks like, and you can see some of that great die cutting that it does. I use that center piece, as you can see there, to cut white cardstock, and then I simply took the Masterpieces Made Simple and trimmed them and put them behind each square before mounting that to my card base using foam squares. And as you can see here, it's really fun to kind of play around with what part of the Masterpieces Made Simple panel that you want to sort of highlight within those squares. It gives them a totally different look. I tried to pick some that had kind of an all-over pattern that I felt like worked well behind those squares. Now to embellish this, I've used some of our dies. So again, I use that Soaring Creative die for the butterflies. Love the sizes of those dies in there. And then I also used 51-610 hydrangea to embellish this other card. And this die works really beautifully with that Masterpieces Made Simple panel. I inked mine using an ink blending tool and foam pads to try and kind of match up those colors. And this is what that hydrangea die looks like when you get it. It also comes with a little butterfly too. I think I pull it out here. Yep. And so I just added that right on front of the card, and I think it gives this that nice handmade touch and gives you a chance as the card maker to really personalize these panels and use your creativity with them. Now here is that other one slimline card I made with them. This is the panel that was used on that. And then I embellished the little square, the windows that are cut using 51-643 Tropical Paradise. And what I especially love about this set with the Masterpieces Made Simple are the small little sort of fronds and berry twigs or sort of twigs that come with it. So I use this one right here. This one also is great, and so is that one. And I just die cut that and then slid that into those windows or those squares, and I think that adds such beautiful texture without getting too busy, and again, just another way to really give that a nice handmade touch. And I wanted to show you here, you can use this slimline die with lots of the different panels. You can see it would look really beautiful with these. You could cut it instead of from white, you could use dark cardstock and really have those bright floral colors pop within those squares. There's just lots of different possibilities. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, just a bit of a walkthrough looking at Bright Bouquets, and I'll give you another look here at each of the cards that goes with that, and then also with the other Masterpieces Made Simple set. And if you love these Masterpieces Made Simple, and maybe it's your first time hearing about them, I'm going to link for you down in the YouTube description box below another video I've done with our Christmas and winter themed Masterpieces Made Simple sets that actually shows me doing a little bit more of the actual making of the cards. So just lots more ideas that you could certainly do with these springtime ones as well. So here's that Vintage Beauty set and the cards that I made featuring that. I also will link for you down in the YouTube description box all of the Penny Black products that were used on today's cards, so that will make it easy for you to find them in our online store. If you enjoyed today's video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and also subscribe here to our channel. And you can connect with Penny Black in lots of different places. Don't forget to find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, as well as our website and blog. And all of those are also linked for you down in the YouTube description box below. Happy creating!